Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So this is a little differently. Actually, today we are going to be changing the battery inside of my iPhone XS Max because it needs a new battery. So we're going to hop right in and we're going to get this one changed up. So let's get right into it, guys. Alright, and we're back. So first off, if I sound sort of different, I have sort of been under the weather lately, so we're going to just try to ignore my sniffles and my voice. However, this is our phone here. This is a gold iPhone XS Max, and we're going to be changing the battery. So first step is to power it off. Obviously, that's not how you power it off. You're going to just slide it off just like that. Now, I'm going to walk you through some of the steps here and how to do this without breaking your phone. And just clarify, this is how I'm personally going to do it. I mean, it's usually how the process will be, but I'm not responsible for anyone's phone that might be broken. Alright, so what you want to start off with is removing the two pentalobe screws at the bottom beside the charge port. So let's hop right into that. Alright, so after you finish removing the two screws at the bottom, this next step is probably going to be the hardest part in general. So this phone has been opened before, which means this is going to be relatively easy. However, if you have a phone that has never been opened before, this part is going to be a heck of a lot harder. So what I'm going to do is use this little suction cup. And if your phone hasn't ever been previously opened, it's going to be a lot harder. So what you want to do is take a heat gun and you just want to heat up the edges of the phone basically all over. And then what you're going to do is, because this glue, and this is literally just to remove the glue, but because my glue has already been removed, I don't have to do this, which means I can just go straight into this next step, which is you're going to put a suction cup on the screen. Just going to push it down so it stays nice and tight. And then you're basically just going to want to try and lift up using the suction cup and not break the screen at the same time. And so when you do that, then you're going to want to take one of these little prying picks, or you can use something else, but I'm just going to use a prying pick just because that works best for me. And we're just going to try and slip it right. Oh, we're going to try and slip it right into the crack. So let me start working on that, and I'll catch you guys in a second. Alright, so as you can see, I've gotten it right inside of the crack here. So what we're going to do is just sort of go all the way around the device, being careful not to break the device, because if you do, this could be a very expensive sort of repair here. So you want to just go around the edges and try not to break anything. So I'll catch you guys right after that. Alright, so once the screen has made a nice little gap inside of it, you can remove your suction cup. You don't need this anymore. And you can remove the pick if you haven't already. Next step is going to be to gently remove it from like each of the edges. And you want to be careful because pretty much all phones are different. But on the XS Max, the cables are on the right side of the phone, which means you need to open the screen like that. So you're going to open it just like a book. Except, well, I guess a backwards book. So you're just going to basically just peel it right open. And then it should come right open. And now you can sort of see what we're dealing with. And so a lot of people do make this mistake. They will just rip it straight out and end up breaking something. So just don't do that. So as you can see, there is some things connected here. So we have the first cable connected right here. Second cable is connected right over here. And then third cable is connected right over here. So, before we can remove the screen, we will have to unscrew this first panel here and this other panel right here, this long black one. So, I will speed up this process, obviously, and you guys can just sort of watch how this goes. You do need a Y000 screwdriver bit to unscrew all of these, so let's hop right into that. Alright, now that all of the panels have been removed, our next step is to disconnect the battery. And also remember, when you are sorting these screws, each screw is a different length, so be very careful not to mix them up. Anyway, so to disconnect the battery, you just follow the cable right here, and it points to this little bit right here. Now, a lot of people can use different things. I mean, you can even use your fingernail if you want to. I'm just going to use my fingernail. But we're just going to pry up on the edge of this bit right here to remove it. And so you'll just do it like so. And so once it's disconnected, the next step would usually be to remove the screen. Well, actually, that is what we're going to do. Now, this is not necessary. To remove the screen, it's not necessary. You can totally just go on the repair without removing the screen. However, It will make it a lot easier to repair the device if we do remove the screen first. So we're going to do that. Then the last cable is a little tricky, and I don't actually entirely remember how to do it, so let me figure it out just real quick. Alright, so last cable, it's actually relatively easy. It's not this first one right here, it is actually the second one right by my fingernail, and so you'll just unclick it like so, and it will just pop right out. Now there is glue on the on a different cable right here holding this long one down, so be very careful not to rip it. However, once you unclip all three, the screen should separate right away. So you didn't have to do that. That was just to make it easier to work on the battery. So our next step would be to remove the 4 pull tabs. I believe there might be 5 or 2. I guess it sort of depends on each device. However, I've already removed all these because I've kind of gone through here before just to pre-do everything, make sure I'm telling you guys right and stuff like that. So to remove the pull tabs, there'll be some up here, and then there'll also be some down on the edge down here. And so you just want to peel them off the edge and then just sort of pull them sort of like flat out like that, and that will get them out. So once you've pulled all of the pull tabs up here and down here off, the battery will very easily, literally just come right out. Now be careful with this battery, as it is 2 different cells adhered with just this little tiny piece of tape right here, and 1 cable, which is sort of connecting them both together. Now, the battery's out, so what you're actually going to do next is grab the new battery. Alright, so I got my new battery. I took off all of the peel and stuff, and you see it's actually built very similarly to the last battery. Again, same adhesion, it's just sort of held together by like this little sticker thing right here, and it's just going to hold together like that. And so then what you're going to do is you're just going to basically fit it right back into place. Now, yours, it depends, depending on the ones you buy, they might have glue on the back, they might not. This one does not have glue on the back. And so I'm not going to worry about this. However, if yours does have glue, you want to line it, you want to connect the battery back to its connector first and then put it down so that way it lines up properly. However, I'm not even going to put glue on this because I will be back in this phone in the future, so I don't have a need to put in glue right now. So what we're just going to do is pop our battery back into place. It should just fall straight into place like so. And then you do not want to connect the device yet. What you actually want to do first is connect all of the screen cables back together and then power it on before closing the phone up, just to test and make sure everything works. So let me connect all 3 cables back up and I'll meet you guys in a second. Alright, so after you've gotten all 3 connectors done and clicked the new battery connector into place, we will now turn over the screen and power the device on. Let's let it load for a second. Alright, so you can click some buttons here. But yeah, so we're actually good. Everything works as supposed to. So what we're going to do is power the phone back off, just like so. And we are going to now put these 2 metal plates back over the connectors. So I will line them back up into place, put all the screws back in order, and then we will be done with this, guys. Alright, so I've connected everything back, and so basically the next step is just to push it back down like this. And you basically, the way you want to click it closed is you want to line it up at the top first and then work your way down. So what we're going to do is sort of pick it up like this, if that makes any sense, and we're just going to sort of push it up and in like that. And then push it down, and then we're basically just going to click it along the edges. So I'll give you guys a little ASMR. And just like that, it's into place. Next step is just to basically take the 2 pin lobe screws, screw them back in, and then you're done with this. Alright, so once you have the screws put back into place, you can power it on to check and make sure it works. Yeah, so that is really the battery replacement of an iPhone XS Max. So if you did enjoy this video, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. It helps me out a ton. Leave a comment, let me know what you think, what I can improve on, what you guys like. And for now, that's it. I will see you guys in the next one. So yeah, bye guys.